Hello and welcome. My name is Andrea Lindy. Welcome to Sunday Night Story Time. And what a wonderful night in Denver to be cozied up and not going anywhere, just not even having the threat of having to go somewhere because we can't. It is truly a blizzard upon blizzard. Man, I've been saying today, I don't think I've seen a blizzard like this, weather like this in Denver for years and years, if ever. The snow just keeps coming and it is wet and heavy. It's just really something else. I grew up in North Dakota, so the snow itself isn't foreign to me, but certainly here in Denver, we are getting slammed. So welcome to all on this Sunday night. And again, I hope you're cozy and warm. I hope you have not lost power. I hope all is well in your household. So I think that's Patricia. Hey, Patricia, welcome. And just welcome. Thanks for being here tonight. Just kind of saying hello and waiting for maybe another person or two to come live with us here this evening. And if not, they'll catch the replay and that's all good too. As most of you know, I've dealt with lupus really a couple times in my life. The first time I was diagnosed with lupus, I know it is crazy out there. How you doing, Patricia? Thanks for commenting. Sure appreciate you being here. Dealt with lupus a couple times in my life. First time when I was 30, and it took me 3 years to get well, but I did. I just never believed I wouldn't. I always was looking for new solutions, new ways to get healthy and well. And the next time, fast forward, hey Billy, nice to see you here too. So thanks for joining. Fast forward about 15, 18 years, and I had another little bout, but it didn't last for long. Healed differently both times, but God led me in both of those healings. So I feel very blessed that he has walked by my side during this lifetime and shown me the way to go. And sometimes the lighted path we can't see very far down that path. And it's literally the next step is in front of us. And then the next step comes and we don't see the whole picture. We just see one step at a time. So I encourage you, if you're going through a difficult time right now, to just know that when you need to know something, you will, and to follow and be obedient to that one step at a time. So sharing with you, I may share a couple of chapters because both of the next couple of chapters are just one pagers and really just a paragraph. So I'll share those, I think, with you here tonight. The first one is called Fatigue. And with autoimmune, fatigue is huge. You just can't ever wake up. There's really not a moment of relief from that fatigue. It's just, you go to bed just as tired and wake up just as tired as when you went to bed. It's just like not reprievable. So first chapter here tonight called Fatigue. The kind of fatigue that is experienced with autoimmune issues is almost indescribable. And I've talked to people with different autoimmune disorders and it's the same. So those of us that have suffered with autoimmune certainly know what that is. The only similar type of fatigue I have experienced that comes close to the kind of fatigue I experienced during those difficult years is the kind of tired one feels after moving the last box out of the old home and into a new one. You know what that feels like when we finally get everything out of that old home or apartment and have to go then and clean everything. Man, when we walk out of there, we are exhausted. And that is the way I felt all the time. The sheer exhaustion of a move comes close to explaining the severity of the fatigue that accompanies an autoimmune disease. The only problem is that this fatigue goes on day after day after day. Even after a full night's sleep, I would wake up and be just as tired. And much of the time, sleep was interrupted with some type of pain somewhere, but not necessarily the pain that I went to bed experiencing. It was interesting how the pain could shift from one place to another place. Fatigue alone was one symptom that caused an enormous amount of discouragement. I don't know if you can think about when you've maybe had the flu and you wake up day after day, and imagine waking up that way for about 600 days. I know it took me 3 years, but for at least 600 of those days, I was that tired and felt that crummy every day, and it gets super discouraging. There's hardly a light at the end of that tunnel, but we keep moving forward, right? When God is beside us, and we know that. These days, people drink high doses of caffeine with double and triple shots and down energy drinks like they're cans of soda just to stay awake. We have this thing that we don't want to be tired, right? Now, in my day, way back then, there weren't double and triple shots and all those kinds of things. The feeling of constant fatigue is something we don't want to experience, but it was certainly in every moment of the day feeling for me at the time. That really adds to the difficulty in trying to get well from one of these diseases, whether it's MS or Hashimoto's or lupus or all kind of host of other autoimmune disorders, because we're so tired we can't hardly stay awake to function during the times of day that we need to function, much less do anything to get better. But we can do anything that we need to do as we're struggling for our lives and desperate to save them and make a new way and a new life. And I can say that God was with me every step of the way. The next chapter, again, very short, called Pain. I never knew what part of my body would be in pain from one day to the next. It seemed that each day brought on a new set of symptoms until those symptoms started to recur again and again in a certain cycle that couldn't be predicted but would be sure to come. So it's interesting, if you look at the symptoms of lupus, I don't know if there's 10 now, 15 now, and if you have a huge majority of them, they might lump the diagnosis into lupus just because you have all these symptoms. But a person won't have every one of them. They'll just probably have 8 or so. And so as this disease was rather new, I would find a new symptom that then I would have, and it would be mine for quite a while. So thankful those days are gone. Let's see. After some time, I began to recognize the symptoms as they circled back around. I'd found an article about lupus that stated that most symptoms once experienced would recur, but new ones wouldn't necessarily show up once the disease was well established. While others may experience kidney malfunction, I would not. Others may experience lung or heart problems. I would not. Still others would be hospitalized for other severe symptoms, yet I would not. I was thankful that the symptoms I had were mine and felt very fortunate to not be hospitalized for lung, heart, or kidney functions. Because lupus is this autoimmune disorder where our immune system can no longer tell whether it's a foreign body that it needs to fight. And so our own bodies become that foreign entity that our immune system thinks it needs to fight. So it's always moving around our bodies and trying to attack something because it doesn't any longer do what it's supposed to do and only fight the foreign stuff. So we never know where we're going to hurt because it might end up hurting our knee or our hands or our feet or somewhere. And I was very lucky. I was very fortunate to not be hospitalized for a major organ. I did go to the hospital on occasion when things seemed way out of whack, but I would always end up worse than when I went there. So I soon learned that that wasn't the place that I needed to be for that health and healing. And I'm very thankful I found the natural way to heal and get my body back under control so that I could do all that I get to do today. So, well, I thank you for staying with or coming here tonight and or watching the replay so that you can keep up on this healing journey that was truly divinely led, and appreciate that you're here this evening. And if I can be of any help, any assistance whatsoever, be sure to email me, Andrea@AndreaLendy.com. You can also find me and message me on the Life After Lupus page that you have found this video on, or this Facebook Live. So definitely be in touch with me if you are having issues, because I would love to help you. That is my goal for sharing my journey with you here. So bless you for this evening. I hope all of you in Denver stay warm and cozy in your homes and have no problems or power outages or anything like that. So have a wonderful evening, and may your week be beautiful. Thanks, Billy. I appreciate it. Thanks for, yes. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here tonight. So thanks much. And we'll be in touch over this next week, Billy. And for the rest of you, again, reach out if there's something that I can do for you. Thank you much.